Shalom, shalom. This is a general reading for the new moon in Cancer. Okay. Happy birthday, grand solar return to all the Cancers out there. Oof. Okay, well, one came out and this one flipped over too. Okay, and the one that flipped over first was this indecision card here. Okay, so everyone in the general collective, this Cancer new moon might be at a standstill of which path to take. With that being said, 5 canaries, yellow canaries. So I had to look that up because they've been appearing to me this past week. They symbolize new beginnings, the solar plexus, creativity, and I find it welcoming that I haven't seen them all day and it's almost dusk and I'm seeing them now, but usually I see them earlier in the day when the sun is really peeping, especially on this side of the house. And they're here on this side of the house now at dusk, like literally letting me know they're here. And it's while this card came out, the indecision. Okay. And then right here, I see a yellow butterfly. And on this side, I see a white moth. And I also had a reading where there were 2 white moths on the card and at my window. And I can't remember which day it was, but it was in Gemini season. So I feel like in the end of Gemini season, things were getting purified, especially with the angel Kalaya. She is the angel of divine justice. And so having that angel come and clear up and trying to balance the scales, like bringing divine justice to the earth. And now we're getting signs and synchronicities of yellow, which is our soul, right? And that's how we all began. The spark of light delivered to our heart is the soul. And that's the light within us all that was ignited and made us electrical, alive bodies, all right? And so the yellow here and the white there is basically we're at a standstill about where we're going because things need to be purified, right? We have to look back on things to a degree to see what needs to be changed, what needs to be cleared, what needs to be purified for us to open up the channels for the creativity to flow. Okay. And then, like, what seeds can be planted in? I see stars here, and I've never seen the stars before because I always thought they were the leaves, but they're actually in the shape of stars, which is interesting. Hopefully you can see that there. They're stars in the yellow and the white. One is a butterfly and one is definitely a moth. So she's cloaked in red, or he, okay, with the back turned, trying to navigate which path to choose. And on one side it says unknown, and on the other side it says unknown. In the middle of the tree here is and it's up twice actually, that face. I want to say Ophiuchus, which is number 13, is also in the tree there and there. Okay. Ophiuchus is transformation, rebirth. It comes after, actually, it is the same number, 13, as the death and rebirth card in the tarot deck. So that is confirmation of that. This is confirming that what is old, it needs to go, and what is meant to be born and create. We need to make space to create. Okay, so That's what this is. This card to me is what you put out, you get back, but you still need to clear out what no longer serves you in order to make space for what it is that you're trying to instill on your path, on your life path, okay, on your journey here. And 8 is reciprocal. It's the infinity symbol. What we put out, we get back. What we put out, we get back. What we put out, get back, okay? And it also means abundance. So whatever you put out, it's magnified and comes back. All right. So it's not just a put out and get back, it's magnified. So if you put out good, you get good. If you put out negative, negative is going to come back. Okay. But we're letting go, we're releasing. All right. The negative. 30. And here is that white moth again. And this time there's another one here that also has grayness. So it's still working on its shadow, but I see blueness too. So it could be the voice that needs to be heard, or the voice that needs to speak, that is still undergoing cleaning, clearing, healing even. I also see a yellow, orange, it's really carnelian color butterfly there. And it's not a monarch, it's just an orange butterfly. And that to me is what's sacred. Okay, that's sacral energy. But again, these are all transforming. These are all winged ones are undergoing transformations where they're adapting to the lightness. So the heaviness has been uplifted and now they are able to fly and be light. Okay. And very innocently, this person here has the key on her throat. Okay, so releasing something, words, or even drinking water, but more so speaking the truth. Okay, to me it's speaking the truth is being magnified here. And her dress is pink, which is the heart. And most of these flowers here are pink, like magenta or pink, all of them. Okay, except for these here, they're white. And then the rest of the landscape is predominantly green. And so that to me tells me that this is involving the world. Okay, this is involving heart matters, love matters, being purified in the heart space, in the sacral, what is sacred to the world, what is sacred to our hearts. Okay, what needs to be released and transformed to be light, and things that need to be spoken that are mostly being unsaid, but need to come from the heart and be spoken nonetheless. And the green is also heart. It's a lot of earth, air, and root, sacral, solar. 3 is abundance. 11 is balance. So this is a matter of literally balancing what no longer serves us and bringing in what we need to work on to create. Again, yellow is popping out to me. I see daisies popping out of the ground in white and yellow. There's a lot of white and yellow being flashed at my eyes. Okay, and this is about caring in your connections. And 5 is a significant change. And a fly just appeared here. And flies are mostly annoying. So you might have third parties, even third parties can be like institutions, government, counselors, things of that nature, trying to interfere in your caring connections, and trying, even friends, like telling you, oh, and here's white doves going by right now, 2 white doves. Very significant to this caring connections card, because white doves are bonded for life, and they're flying together freely outside my window right now. And that literally signifies a bond that no one can break. Nothing can break the union of doves, especially white doves. They're usually used in weddings. My dad actually raised them and used to give them as wedding presents to people that got married in our family and people that he cared about. So this is very much speaking on, and because I had the white doves as confirmation in my window there, this is very much confirming that whoever you're paired up with here, you're undergoing a significant change or transformation. And this is a union that no one's going to be able to break. This is a real love union here, okay? So I am going to put that down because that has a lot to do with your indecisions. So, the people you love and care about the most, and it's unbreakable bonds, basically, is what it comes down to. Okay, Toda. Yeah, in the community, all right? And this is very much about community, and you can very much love the community. I see a lot of community integration is going to take place. A lot of people are going to come together and gather and assist one another, because I just feel like, and I'm getting goosebumps as confirmation because it's just a feeling and not even anything I'm hearing, but more so a feeling that I have with everything that's going on in the world in the present. I feel like, we as people, no matter where you're living in the world right now, have been shunned by our own government. Like, they're not helping anyone in any way, and they just don't care about anyone's personal issues, problems, because they just don't have the capacity or understanding or resources. I want to say like financial resources anymore to waste or spend on helping civilians. So it's literally become more of a police state, only helping state officials and, leadership. And that's what our government officials are being used for. And that's really the only ones they're helping. So I feel like in the civilian, the people aspect, we have no choice but to rely on each other. And that's where community comes in, okay? And building our communities, because if we don't have a government to fall back on and they're not for the people, then that can mean they're only against the people, especially when we're in a place where we no longer trust our leadership, and our leadership aren't making choices and moves that are beneficial to us, our homes, our families, and one another, okay? Our lives. And we as a community have to really step it up for one another, to be vigilant for each other, for each other's homes and each other's families and each other's lives, essentially, because that's how in previous times we have ended wars, right? And tyrants in leadership roles, is the people had to come together, and there's powers in numbers. And that's why in history and in the future, the people will always have the last say. And that means building your community, building a strong community. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. Get connected to your community. Grow with your community. Help one another. Watch each other. Heads on a swivel. Especially when it comes to children, because children are being targeted more than ever right now. And it's mostly government officials aiding and doing all these things and getting away with it. That's why it's been going on for so long and nothing's being done, and just more and more kids are missing, and no one's really, raising awareness to where are these children and why aren't the officials doing anything. And why is it that we only hear about immigrants at the border and not where are the children that are from the United States of America or our own countries, wherever you're from, disappearing, right? And these are things that when you have a strong community, that doesn't get by you. Because I watch your kids, you're my neighbor, you watch my kids, our eyes are always on each other. Our eyes are always helping each other. And I don't mean that in a negative manner, because your neighbor can be a child trafficker like mine. But I'm watching my neighbor who's a child trafficker so that she's not trafficking other people, other people's kids, like our other neighbor who has kids. You know what I'm saying? So it really does matter when you are in a tight community, in a strong community. And if you are near a neighbor who is a child trafficker or in child trafficking, expose them. Expose them. It doesn't matter what their jobs or titles are. Record it and expose it. Because in the end, yeah, they're going to have to go before a higher power, but we need to all be there for one another in our own communities. And that's how we strengthen our community. And that's how we make it aware to other people in our community. Hey, watch out for that person. That person is doing crazy things to kids or trying to do crazy things to kids. You know, if you don't know and you don't speak up, then that's another chance for that person to get away with it. Because another person could trust that person and not even know that that person is cunning like that, you know? So community is going to be really important, not just in Cancer season. I see this going on until like December. I see things that are going on right now continuing until December. Like it's a lot of chaos, a lot of conflict, and we all have to release things of the past and what doesn't serve us and make room for new things that are coming in. And we all have to speak up from our heart space, okay? Especially for the children of the world and the future of the world and the people we love and care about, okay? And that means we have to build strong communities for them. Confirmation. And they really don't want me to speak on this. So we have Archangel Uriel at the bottom here. Okay, and this is an angel of knowing, purple, royal bloodlines here. They are coming up. Okay, a lot of royal spirits are walking among us. Again, change, significant change. Significant change. They want me to take that and let me know. Yeah, and the soul is very much involved here. So this is about knowing the soul's path, and his light, his chakra is in his crown is also lit up like hers is. It's literally mirroring in the yellow and the white. Okay, they're illuminating to me too. Wow. Okay, and 7 and 3 is 10 completion. Literally new cycles. And the angel of balance. All right, and that would be temperance. And they want me to stay with this deck. Yep. Okay. Toda. Yeah, and a lot of people, this is another reason why we have to know and trust our hearts and souls here and speak about caring connections, okay? It doesn't matter if you're aware of deciding or not, okay? When it comes to community members, a lot of them are anxiety stricken, okay? Know that a lot of people are on substances or are at their wits' end because of all the chaos and conflict going on right now, okay? And you need to have an understanding mindset, okay? In compassion. And that means you have to be able to trust your soul and trust your heart, all right? Trust your heart and soul here when it comes to community members who are facing anxiety. 9 is the end of the cycle, and that's why it's a place of high anxiety, okay? And we have to be in this place of holding a heart. 44 is, again, the ancestors, the royals, the royal bloodlines are with us, okay? And there's significant change coming, and it's mostly due to the stress level and anxiety that's taking place on a lot of people, a lot of people in the community, okay? I'm also going to highlight how this person has their turned back here and is cloaked. And then this person here has all of the red and is dressed in that red dress, okay? As well as that one. And to me, it's saying, it is speaking loudly in the white again, but it's speaking to me, the redness, all right? You might not know that this person is suffering, okay? They might be hiding their anxiety levels. So be very careful and always wear your heart on your sleeve, okay? This person is also in pink and the heart is in red here, and she's literally got the heart on her sleeve, and there's a butterfly with white, purple, blue, and beige butterfly on her crown, okay? She's got it on her crown there. And I just burped in my mouth, and that was confirmation for me because I have nothing to be burping, but that's how spirit moves us sometimes, to confirm things that are feelings. And again, 8 and 8, this is this heart, whatever love you give to another, it's going to be reciprocated. It doesn't matter if it's a stranger, any living thing, a person, place, any living being. Could be a bug, could be a butterfly, could be a bird, could be an animal, could be a wild animal. Be kind and be in a place of love. And this man holding a coin here, he looks like he's deceptive, like he wants to give me an offer, but doesn't really have anything tangible except for that one coin in his hands, and it's making me look at him like a snake. So be careful for sneaky offers where a person is trying to offer you something but trying to hook you for something else. There's a lot of that going on too, I'm being shown. All right, so in an instance where you get something tangible, like I'll give you $1 or I'll give you this, and then unbeknownst to you, even a gift, even a free gift, a person knows the laws of the universe, knows that they have the right to get something back from you energetically, and that could be something spiritual. Yeah, and as I say that, door to spirit, okay? So someone can give you something just to get to your spirit, to get something out of your spirit bank, your spiritual bank, and through the heart space, okay? So if you feel like someone is giving you something and there might be an attachment to it of some sort, call on Archangel Raphael to heal your heart chakra so that they can't intrude on your spiritual gifts. And over here it says door to romance, which is 6, which is balance. But 33 is also Masonic, and it has to do with these child trafficking people. And so they might use your lover as a means to get into your door spiritually. All right. And again, call on Archangel Raphael. And I also see here the broken heart. Like, so it's something that they might be breaking people's hearts intentionally to get into their heart space, like to weaken them. Despair. I hear despair. Yeah, hostilities to make you angry with your loved one. So that's what they do. They divide and conquer the family, the nuclear family, so that they can get in, so they can send an op in to mate with you and distract you from your children so that then they can come in for your children. All right, that's the hostilities. My neighbor actually used her kid in several instances to put an innocent man in jail for something he never did. And she also sent her kid here to find out what resources I had to then come steal it. So they are using their own children in these games that they're playing, all right? So don't be attached to anything. Don't be attached to anything so that you're not becoming hostile, because they will use that against you. When you get mad and upset, like for instance, my neighbor that stole things, they were expecting me maybe to go and rage like they would, because in Maine you can have guns and that's what they do. They'd kill you and probably get away with it. because it's only like a year in jail for attempted murder. All right, and that's if you can prove it. But so that's how they roll in Maine, and a lot of people that I know have come to Maine. Like a person from where I'm from in Hudson, Mass. They came here on a hunting trip, and there was no questions about how he died. All right, but everybody knows that he was not. His uncle that he came here with wasn't really smitten about him, so it was kind of like the ones who know what actually happened. But that man got away with it. All right, he got away with the murder of his nephew. Yeah, he did. And so anyway, this is just that, okay? When you're hostile, or when you come from um like when you're attached to something and you react, right? Like a nuclear reaction, basically. You can become hostile, and then they can say, oh, she's being crazy. He's being crazy. Lock him up. He needs an evaluation. She needs an evaluation. And that opens up the gate for them to come in and, again, come for your kids. Because who has eyes on your kids? If you're not there taking care of your kids, you know what I mean? These are just tactics that they use, that they've been using, that has been working, okay? And most of the time, it is the government, all right? It is CPS, DCF, whatever you want to call them, Child Protective Services. You know how many kids go missing at Child Protection? And the other place other than Disney that I know of, like a store, is Walmart. So when you're at Walmart, have like 10 eyes on kids, because it's really crazy and obscene, the amount of children. I can't even believe that place is still opened. Okay, now I see a blue jay, but I can't believe that place is even open store anymore, with all the kids that go missing. This is amazing. I don't even know what kind of blue bird this is. I hope you can see it. See it? It is so beautiful. It's like a royal blue. It's really, really pretty. I'm hoping it moves. It almost looks like a peacock color, like a teal blue, but like darker teal blue. I never seen it before, but again, it's confirming, it's appearing and confirming the voice, the throat chakra here, okay? That's what they're telling me, that this little blue bird is confirming the truth that I'm speaking to you all. Anyway, keep an eye on the kids, especially right now, especially if wars break out. Get a lot of rest. Oof, let's pull back there. Sorry about that. I might have to come back and do another live here. I'm really focused in. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. There we go. There we go. All right, so that bird is so beautiful, and it's still perched on that bush and flowers, the rhododendrons there. I've never seen it. It really does look like, it is definitely not a blue jay. It looks like a peacock color, teal. I've never seen such a bird. I'm going to have to actually look up the birds. This was the next card that was coming up when I did the shuffle. Rest as much as possible, because things are about to pop. All right. This is also showing me to meditate. One being becoming one. And a lot of blue. Actually, this blue is the same color as that bird right there. This blue here. Amazing. So he's becoming one with the Most High, and he's resting and rejuvenating. And you know, this is happening to the whole world, not just America. If you're from America, and again, 11, 1 and 1 is 2, so 1 and then 2. Okay, so this is happening worldwide, and this isn't something that is just happening here at home in America. This is something that is happening everywhere in the world, with everybody's government, and everybody's situation is missing kids. And that seems to be the target at this time, even though they're trying to make it about other countries and getting really volatile about wanting to be in war and conflict and chaos. while we're distracted with the chaos and conflict, they're coming for kids. So that's what everybody needs to really be focused on, and um, come together as a community. Come together as a community and build your community so that regardless of what happens outside of our doors and within the government and the rest of the world, and it doesn't matter what country you're in, if you have a solid community, I think of 100 people. If you have 100 people in any geographical area, you can create your own government. You can create your own governing body so that your peace is not interrupted. So if you're able to form alliances and build a strong community of 100 or more, do it. Do it now. Do it now before there are boots on the ground storming at your door trying to take your resources, because that's what they're coming for. That's what my neighbor did. And she's a federal agent and she's after kids. So please take heed my warning. Happy new moon in Cancer. It's all about family and home front and protecting that. And that's everything to us, especially those of us that are in a heart level, and especially our ancestors. Our ancestors are all about the heart. Okay? This is about royal bloodlines. This is about our loved ones, and this is about ancestors. Our ancestors are very much present at this time. And again, don't be attached. Don't react to anything going on outside of your home, outside of your community. Build caring connections. Keep your heart on your sleeve. Have patience and understanding when it comes to those that are high in anxiety. This is a really chaotic and hard time for a lot of people in the world, and we are being guided to have compassion, okay? We might not have understanding or a depth of knowledge for what those people are going through or what their thoughts are, and it's not up to us to do anything, okay? But we are supposed to be compassionate and kind to one another as if we wanted them to be to us, all right? So treat each other the way you wanted to be treated. Confirmation. And have patience and compassion. Again, building your community. We're building communities, okay? Building and strengthening communities and meditating, going within so that we can get answers to what we need to do, to know what move we can make, discernment, to have discernment instead of indecision, all right? So go and meditate and be one with the Most High. Build your communities, heads on a swivel, keep your children in the community safe, the ones in your home safe. Use your voice. Raise the awareness. If something is off, if someone is off, if you see someone do something, say something. It's that time. We can't be silenced. You can't be silent if someone harms another. And this goes for elderly people too, okay? If you were an elderly person, or it was your elderly mother or father, or an elderly person you cared about and someone harmed them, you would want them to tell you. So it's time to do unto others as you would want done for you. So people need to speak up, okay? And that's how these gardens are going to be restored. I grew up in a time where everybody had each other's backs. Everyone would speak up if someone was out of line, and, you know, that person or people were dealt with in the community. The community always stepped up. It was never the cops. The cops weren't even a thing back then. They were just starting to build. And they didn't have resources because they spent all the money on the wars. So at least in my community, I witnessed that. I witnessed militants being in like ghettos, one street, a strip of a road, a dirt road, while the immigrants built everything in the community. And then, like, militants all of a sudden had homes, or were able to buy homes, and or military families, and police started to be enforced. Like they started hiring police officers, but before that, there were no police officers before the 80s. I don't remember um, police officers other than like 3 in our town. And, by like the late 1990s, there were like 14, 15, 20. So I know where the resources went in my community that we built as immigrants, like all the immigrant families that came into that town. It wasn't militants that helped build that community, but they did definitely take resources from the community we built. So I find it very crazy that this country is attacking the immigrants that built the country. And I think we need to go back to the roots of America, because America was built by immigrants. And I'm not talking about immigrants who came here illegally. I'm speaking on the ones that came here legally. But when you say that they can't come in and they're not welcome anymore, and you're going into their countries and you're bombing them and you're forcing them to come after you or to come into your country to find out where their kids are, you can't hold them in contempt and say, you're now breaking the law, ICE, come get them and dispose of them. Like, we can't do that as a country, but that's what our country is doing. And I guess you need to have eyes on both sides of the veil to know and see that, like I do. But I'm also speaking as a person that came from a family of immigrants, and I'm not an immigrant, but I have a neighbor who acts like she's against immigrants and has a paramilitary compound, and they're from England. And, I'm not a different color skin, but they're after different colored skin. But that's just a front, because, see, she's gone after people that are white with living resources. And so it's just a front. They can say whatever they want, but that doesn't make it the truth that that's what they're doing. They have a whole paramilitary compound, whatever. Chris Polehouse lives there, and they are saying that it's neo-Nazi, but really, in truth, they're going after white people. So, and I know this for facts. I'll take a polygraph and I'll meet with anybody and speak about this, but watch your kids. Watch the kids more than anything else. That's what we really have to keep our eyes and communities built for. Because we have people like my neighbor, like I'm saying here, and these people that just want to attack others, and they just want to entice and enact war so they can come and rob and rape and steal and then profit off of it. Okay, because they're just money hungry. They're not in a heart place. They're in a profit place. They're trying to make money off of corpses, all right, off of organs. Literally, that's what they're doing. And children, their essence, their lights, and especially if they're from royal backgrounds, bloodlines, then they make even more money off of them, and they use them as breeders, because then they know they're going to have gifts with the offspring of the pure and the healers that they're targeting. My videos are heavily shadow banned. My channel is heavily shadow banned. My children in my family, my grandkids, are heavily being messed with, okay, by the government. It's the government doing this to us, targeting us and trying to make us go to them, like trying to make it so you can't have a job, infiltrating on all your accounts, allowing hackers to hack all your funds out. Like, they want you on the system and they want to feed off of you, because when you go on the system, you have to sign a contract. So they're just trying to, like, bring us to our knees, so to speak. And I'm not there. I will not go on the system. I know how to survive, and I've been surviving. But that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get people against people, and they're using tactics like children, even to come into your, get your children against you, your adult children against you, to be able to come into your home, especially if you're like me and you're a light worker and you're a healer and you have gifts, and they can't control you. This is the whole thing. They're trying to control us and suppress suppress the truth. All right. And that's why everyone needs to speak up. Everyone needs to speak up, and everyone especially needs to keep eyes on kids, period. Okay. They're totally hunting kids more than anything else. They're trying to get rid of people um, like me that are trying to tell the truth. I mean, all the readers that are exposing the truth about government have bots in all their live streams. The comments are mostly about, oh, manifestation books. I got this manifestation books. It's really ridiculous. The things that are going on in social media platforms, where they're idolizing the demons, the cults, the ones that are doing not good things in the world. And they're encouraging and supporting those people. And then the people that are against it and are speaking the truth and exposing those people to save children and to stop harm, right? We're being demonized. We're being attacked and subjected to hate and all kinds of things and shadow banning. And it's like, it's really upside down out there. It's really upside down as far as what is right and what is wrong, and the ones that are speaking up and speaking out being heavily suppressed and shadow banned so that others are not aware or know what's really going on, like what the truth is. So be aware of that. Be aware of channels you see, and then the bots come out immediately and start a hate parade. When you see that, know that that person you're watching is speaking the truth, and that's what they're trying to suppress. They're trying to take away that person's ability to connect with others, because they have a lot to lose when you know the truth. Like me telling you about child trafficking and strengthening your community, it basically cripples the government. It cripples the military. It cripples them from acting or trying to pull a fast one on anybody. And that goes for CPS and DCF too, if they come to your house and they have no grounds. And I'd like to say that they have a way of taking out your power and taking down your Wi-Fi and taking down your device, like jamming it, so that you can't go live, so that you can't air what's happening or what they do to you. So you have to, like, if you're a target like me, you need to have a backup plan. You need to have backup devices that nobody knows about, like you've never used, in your back pocket, so that when the time comes, you have something to still be able to use and have to record them, because they think that they're going to get away with it, especially if they know everything you have. So you have to actually conceal some of your devices. Never use them. Like, get a track phone that is like an emergency phone, so that when shit hits the fan situation, you have a backup and you're able to use that to help you. And the same thing if you have a YouTube channel. There was a YouTube channel, psychic reader, that was speaking on losing her kids and then getting this apartment. And next thing you know, the cops, while she's on a live, are banging on her door like they were trying to set her up with her landlord, her brand new landlord. She just locked her out of her own house, and she called the cops the night before because her landlord locked her out of her house, and then she unlocked the door so she could go back in her house. And then the next day, they basically tried to set her up with like black fatigues and everything. Like it was like a SWAT team going to her house. And then the landlady tried to pretend like she couldn't even speak English when she was communicating with the tenant, the psychic reader, in English on the text. And when she called to unlock her, from the keypad, because she had locked her out the night before. So it's like, these are all plots that they're doing against truth tellers right now. This has been going on, and it's not going to stop. It's going to get worse. But YouTube and other platforms is a way that they're hunting us. Like they're using these tools for them, not for us. Because I can tell you that I've been using the internet since 1992, and the government mostly has stolen things, ideas, and products, business ideas, ventures. They have stolen it from me, not civilians, not regular people. It was the government every time. And I know this for facts. But I'm just saying the internet is not what you think. It was almost like they gave us the internet to be able to catch us, if you can. Like that's how they were able to find us, because we're otherworldly. We don't think like regular people, especially if you're connected to source. You have ideas all the time. You're abundant. You're an empress or emperor. And that's, they're coming after the target, they're coming after the emperors, the empresses, and the psychics. Well, if you're an emperor or empress, you're psychic. If you're connected to the Most High, he's showing you everything going on and what they're doing. And he has been showing you everything. Like that's why you're ahead of the times. But this is not things that people know about. This is just what we know about. People that are seers or psychics or clairvoyant or have their gifts. And we don't mostly share this with others because we don't want people to feel insecure about themselves. Like, why don't I know it? Because people hate on us all the time because they don't know how or why we're this way and they're not. And I don't have an answer for those people. I've lived my life through my heart my whole life. And yes, I've been abused. Yes, I've been battered. Yes, I've been bruised. Yes, I have hurt others. And I have done not like deadly sins, but I have definitely committed sins, and I'm not a perfect person. But for the brunt of my life, I've lived my life always through my heart. I always chose the path of my heart. Like I always did things out of love. Even when I did hurt other people, I wasn't intentionally trying to hurt people. I had no choice. I was up against a wall. So it's not like what people think. In life is definitely not a game. People want to hurt people just because they're hurt, and I've never been like that. I've never been trying to hurt people because I'm hurt. Have I hurt? Yes. And I still hurt. I hurt for a lot of kids and a lot of things in my life, but I don't go hurt others. And that's a wakened baby, so I have to go now. But happy new moon in Cancer. Watch out for those kids. Infinite love and light to you. There is another parent here, and there are teenagers. Shalom, shalom.